被知识、被这个社会的制约、被这个整个政治上的或宗教的东西，把我们单独的这个独立的个体性的东西看成变成两半，所以我们一直到底不知道听哪一半。
Because the political conditioning, the social conditioning, the religious conditioning, and the conditioning from knowledge cut everybody into two pieces. So we lose the individuality and then we feel lost. So we cannot stop searching for this.
所以我们有时候要想单独，觉得很美，但是我们觉得我们没有连接，好像不对，所以我们一直在这样，让我们搞得自己有点分裂，变成二分的。
So sometimes we like to enjoy our solitary, but some other time we feel like to look for this connection. So we are hanging in between these two polarity, and we are splitting.
而且我们被教育高的、好的、对的，然后我们不要好、臭的或者是丑的东西。两极我们被砍断了另外一边，我们没有看到两个都是完整的一面。
And we are educated to stick to one side, the higher, the good, the right, and then we don't see the other side, the low, the bad, the wrong. And in this way, we are splitting.
你没有去寻找，好像是不对。
And then we feel wrong if we don't look for something.
所以你生命无形之中就很多的东西进来，告诉你你这样做是不对的。所以无形之中我们就会有一种罪恶感，这种罪恶感我们必须去做。
Unconsciously, we are trained to take this kind of sense of guilt as granted. This guilty feeling pushing us to look for something.
所以这个罪恶感促使我们去做一些不是我们有时候要的东西。罪恶感这个东西，我们从来没有去注意。
So this sense of guilt pushes us to do something that we do not really want, and most people do not have this chance to question about their sense of guilt.
罪恶感从哪里来？
Where does it come from?
你没有去寻找父母亲，没有跟他们在一起，这种就有罪恶感。这个罪恶感是从哪里进来的？
If you don't look for your parents, if you don't know who your parents are, then you feel guilty. But have you ever questioned about where this sense of guilt comes from?
所以你这种状态是一种罪恶感，另外一方面是一种生命父母的一种根的连接。
So it comes from your sense of guilt and also from the connection with your parents. It's searching.
有的人有很多的非常。
The Jewish has gone through a lot of misery. This we understand.
活在这里的人的生命也是很悲惨。
And people 活在这里。
我们能够生出来，有时候都是个悲惨。
But actually, the birth of human being can be a kind of misery.
我们觉得我们做人到底要受什么？
Because we are puzzled about what's the purpose of our life.
我们生命的意义在哪里？
And we are wondering about the meaning of life.
每个人都在问这个问题。
Almost everybody is asking this question.
我们到底要去哪里？
Where shall we go?
我们死后会到哪里？
Where do we go after we die?
我们一直很多这样的问题。
Our mind is full of such questions.
所以这就是悲惨，成为人的悲惨。
And this is the misery to be a human being with so much question in the mind.
但是你透过这样去了解，头脑就是这样的时候，你就变成快超越了一种非常超越语言的喜悦。
But through the process of life, you come to know that this endless question of the mind is the nature of mind, and you can go beyond that, and then you will find 生命就是
超越的狂喜。
then you will find your ecstasy of life.
所以每个人来到这个世界，就丢一个这种悲惨的头脑、悲惨的生活、生命跟这到底是什么、为什么的东西，丢给你去上课、去考验，然后你去了解之后，你就得到狂喜。
So human beings' life can start by this kind of misery because once we are born to this world, the world give us a lot of questions to think about, to go through. And then after going through this life, you understand that these questions are just from the mind, is irrelevant to reality. And then you would have ecstasy of life.
这是个考验，这个游戏。
So this is a game.
你们在这里也是要知道，你们在这个生命里面玩什么游戏。
And you also have to know what kind of game you have in your life.
你们参加很多社团，
You join a lot of satsang
做很多静心，
and doing a lot of meditation.
看很多就在这里，
You see that the parents are there,
真的父母亲在这里，
the real parents are there,
他的声音在哪里？
the voice of the parents are there.
至少他死了还在这里。
Even the parents die, but still the voice stay in mind,
你看，他还在念。
still nagging.
Father say this no good, mother say this good, and always say me. 至少死了很久，这个东西还在这里。
Even long after the parents die, but the voice still very loud,
吵得不停。
very noisy.
还有一个中国人的修行方式，有一个禅的和尚修行方式，就是头脑的父母亲会来叫他这个样可以，这样不可以，他就拿出一把剑，杀，魔鬼来了，魔鬼来了。
There's one Zen monk in ancient China, and he created a kind of very unique meditation. People saw him walking in the street with one sword, and he was always shouting, "Cut! The demon! Cut! The demon! Cut!" And actually, he is cutting the voice of the parents.
说这个好，这个不好，这个好，这个
But
不好。
because the parents are
这样对，
always
这样不对。
always saying this is good, this is wrong, this is right, this is bad.
1年之后，人家说你现在在杀什么？他说我现在在杀宗教，宗教告诉我这样只会有罪恶，这样没有罪恶，他就开始走。然后那你父母亲，我父母亲杀了，现在不再来找我了。
He kept doing that for 1 year, and still he was doing that. So his friends asked him, "What are you doing right now? After 1 year, you're still cutting." And he said, "The parents' voice already cut, but the voice from the religion, from the church, is still there."
他叫我要做善，不能做恶杀掉很多的这些宗教的教义。
The Buddhism says you should do good, you should not do wrong. And then I'm killing this memory from the Buddhism.
他说这个很难杀，杀了3年才死。
And he said, "This is quite tough, difficult to kill. So it will take me 3 years."
所以你不需要去寻找外面真正的父母，你内在的父母的声音已经在你的头脑。
So you don't have to look for your parents outside in the world because the real parents' voice, they already always in your mind.
所以要找的是自己。
So what you have to look for is yourself.
父母只管生下你，然后你就要回来这个世界去学习。
Parents gave birth to you, and then you have to be on your own. You have to keep learning through your life by yourself.
That was my third question. Why are we looking for friends?
第三个问题是我们为什么找朋友？
因为我们是
Because we are human beings, we are people.
你不会去找石头，
You don't look for stone.
朋友这种的字就是2个月亮的汇合。
The words friend in Chinese, if you see the word, it's two moon together, friend, two moon.
所以我们都是找同样的，我们是活生生的。那我们的朋友，除了第一个朋友是自己，如果你不愿意认识、接受你自己这一个朋友，那么你要找其他的朋友就很困难。
But you yourself are your first friend. That if you don't understand yourself, then it's difficult to look for friends.
你这样讲啊，是你啊，你是我的好朋友。
For example, you can say to your body, "Body, you're my friend."
所以先接受自己就是最好的。
So you have to accept that you are your own best friend.
那么你就会带你这个朋友就会接受认识。
Then this best friend of yours will bring you to meet many other friends.
所以你不接受自己，朋友跟你相处，新的人跟你相处一段时间，他发现会开始离开你。但是你一个非常接受自己的人，那么都有人会来找你成为做你的朋友。
If you do not accept yourself, and then maybe you make new friends, but the friends do not stay long because you don't like yourself.
所以你们第一个朋友是自己，
So your first friend is you yourself.
最亲的朋友、最亲的人也是自己。
The close friend is you yourself.
然后用这个为中心点，那么你可以接受很多的朋友、很多的新人，接近亲近的人。
And then if you center in yourself, then you'll be able to get close to many other friends.
On the opposite, we have this autistic children. They are just sitting and playing with themselves, and they are happy, and they have no contact with anybody else.
他说他们还有一种小孩子，就说他们只要坐着跟着自己，然后他们都一个人自己就可以开心了，不用找。
哥哥跟表妹一起洗澡，
哥哥跟表妹，
一起洗澡。表哥小孩子都7岁跟6岁，
one 7-year-old boy and one 6-year-old girl taking shower together. The girl is the cousin of this boy.
然后他就要去玩他哥哥的那个东西，
谁？
那个妹妹，
叫谁？
妹妹呢跟哥哥一起洗澡，
嗯，
他就要去玩他的鸡鸡了，那个妹妹。
是妹妹啊。And then this girl want to play with this boy's dick.
我才不跟你玩，
And the boy said, "No, this is not for you.
我玩我的，
I play with my
你
own.
你自己把你这个东西玩丢了，你怎么还要玩别人的？
I play with mine, and you 自己都玩丢了。
你呀，
And you lost what you have, and then you want to have mine."
不要把自己玩丢了，然后去玩别人，先玩玩自己。
So don't lose yourself, and you want to play with others. You have to start by playing with yourself.
呀，其实他的问题也属于大家的问题。
Actually, his question belonged to everybody.
所以我也回答每一个人一样，
So Cuckoo also answered to everybody.
每一个人唯一就是自己就是唯一自己的朋友，第一个。那么你用这个朋友这么爱自己，这么的信任自己，那么你会用这个中间点去跟每一个朋友汇合，那么这才是真的。
Everyone is his own first and closest friend. And then if you love yourself, then you center in yourself, and then you are able to play well with others.
你不信任自己，你寻找的朋友都是互相怀疑的朋友。
If you do not trust yourself, and then you try to make friends, and then you will find a lot of doubtful friends.
那你是一个很会亲近的人，你碰到的朋友都是非常亲近的。
And if you are a moody person, then you would meet a lot of moody friends.
你一个不满足的人，你会找到不满足的能量的人。
If you feel discontent with yourself, and then you would meet people with the same energy, full of discontentment.
你很会抱怨的人，找到的朋友都是非常抱怨的人。
If you like to blame others, and then you like to complain a lot, then you meet people with the same energy.
三个人，有4个女人在聊天，有3个女人在聊。
Three women talking together.
一个人她的丈夫是卖牛奶的，还有一个是送报纸。
The first woman's husband is a milkman, and the second woman's husband is a newspaper deliverer.
还有一个是法官。
And the third woman's husband is a judge.
然后第一个女人说：“我老公真的是没有用的老婆。
The first woman said, "My husband useless,
就像送牛奶这样，
like a milkman,
就放在外面，那就走。
always put outside and then leave without entering the door."
你老公还好一点，我老公像送报纸一样，就插进去，然后就丢了就走了。
And the second woman said, "That's not too bad. My husband, like a newsboy, he throw into the newspaper and then 他不见了，
就丢了就走了。
and then disappear."
不可能。然后第3个，
And the third,
他说我老公每天开庭，但是从来不判刑，不定案。
and the third woman said, "Oh, well, my husband comes to the court every day, but never give any sentence."
然后有一个他的朋友进来，
And then suddenly another friend came in.
她老公是查电表，
Her husband worked in the electricity company, and his work is to write down the meters in every house.
跟我老公也一样，
And he said, "My husband is the same.
每天只是查查电表就走了。
Every day he just read the meters and leave."
你看看，就是这样的能量才会聚集在一起。
Look, they meet with friends with same energy.
所以改变自己，
So you have to change yourself
寻找自己，
and look for yourself
信任自己。
and trust
你
yourself
唯一的朋友就是自己。
because you are your only friend.
所以你对自己越信任，你交到的朋友是很有自信的。
The more you trust yourself, and then the more confident friends you will make.
以你为中心，
And don't forget you are the center of yourself.
Trusting yourself, what is that?
信任自己是什么意思？
信任自己就是说要遵循自己内在的自己，自己所做的一切行为，或者是自己所做的生活，你一定要负责。就是爱跟性混在一起，你就惨。
Simple, you just dependency, there would be dominance.
控制一来，然后自我就来了。
And then and the ego comes afterwards.
那你就乱掉了。
And then you are totally a mess.
那你怎么可能单纯？
How can you be simple?
那你们看看你们以前的伙伴里面冲突分开配合分开这个过程，几乎都是发生在这种混乱的状态里面。你到底要什么？
So you can look back on the relationship you had in the past. It is because you try to take many roads at the same time, and then you make yourself in a mess. So in the end,
这是爱，
this is love,
这是性。
and this is sex. For
这是
example,
情感。
this is emotion.
那每个人都在那让你来猜。
Anyone in the
你右靠吗？
relationship
你
is
右靠吗？
playing this game
我这么需要什
behind
么？
behind you, and then you want the other one to guess what you want not.
他猜中是你不了解我，你不
If
了
they
解我，你不
guess
爱我。
wrong, then you say you don't love me.
You don't understand
You
me.
don't understand me.
You comprehend anything. So enjoy, remember, life always moment.
And so many people are here, and so many people understand what we're saying, and then we are all in this energy of Tantra, meeting each other.
没有负担，
There's no burden.
很自在。
Yeah, I just experience energy. So talking or asking is just energy.
这是有能量吗？有意念啊。
啊哈，啊，这就是中间，为什么你怀疑？
And this is the center. Why you?
都是，
Both of them are center.
只是你把它划分，那就失去中间。
But when you split them, then you
Energy is speaking.
energy
Yeah.
能量那种。
能量才化为文字语言，问题就消失了。其实问题你就失去那个东西。
And then energy 就不见了。Energy
就会乱掉。
energy 乱掉 confused.
所以，So, you know the life of him? So I think you will be.
Then you would change according to the situation.
但是我不能告诉你，它会变成什么。你必须先去认识你是谁。
Who cannot tell you and should not tell you what it is because you have to 了解自己。
去了解什么时候是敌人，什么时候是朋友。
Because you have to see by yourself when the mind is your friend and when the mind is your enemy.
有时候它是很恐怖的动物，
Sometimes the mind is a very horrible animal,
嗯，
very cruel.
你对自己了解多少，认识多少，变。
So it's totally up to how much you understand yourself.
跟年纪无关。
And this has nothing to do with age.
这里是最后，
可能还有希望吗？
把希望杀掉。
You should kill this hope.
再说有希望这个东西是什么？
It is the demon saying, "Oh, there's still hope."
它是魔鬼，
It's the demon speaking.
因为魔鬼会给你希望，一直给你失望。
Because the demon keep giving you hope and then giving you disappointment.
然后给你失望之后，就会给你绝望。
And after disappointment, it give you despair.
绝望的时候，上帝就来，
And after the despair, the God will appear.
又会来。
A friend appear.
头脑就是这样在运转，
That's the way our mind is working.
希望、
Hope,
失望、
disappointment,
绝望，
despair,
朋友来了，
friend,
上帝来了，
God,
回到原点。
and then return to the original point.
希望。
Hope, disappointment, despair,
这
God.
个玩游戏玩多久了？
This game, how long have you been playing this game?
你有没有看到这个过程？你看到头脑这样的过程，
Have you seen
那
this
就不得了。
process of the mind? If you can see this functioning process of the mind, then this is
所以我在跟其他人说，不要跟我讲什么叫自我，应该跟我谈谈你抓到自我，这才是新的话。
that's why in the last meeting, Cuckoo told Siddhartha that the
Question?
It's a tool actually. The mind is a tool.
tool.
We have to use it.
所以头脑不是一个工具，我们应该使用吗？
哦，我很高兴你能够知道这一
And
点
what's。happened? We give him another job, and then everything become like
他说，可是因为我们给他这个工具以外的工作，所以一切都搞混了。
所以我才刚才讲说，你不了解你自己该用的工具，如何去了解那个工具在你头脑里面，你如何去使用。
Cuckoo is very happy to hear you say that the mind is a tool. That's why he just said that we have to understand this tool and then make good use of it.
什么时候要用它，什么时候不要用它。
When to use and when not to use.
比如说，我问你，你做什么工作？
For example, can you tell Cuckoo what is your job?
Weet je wel?
Yeah,
未来的说，
开店的。
OK。啊你今天开店每天要面对很多的客人嘛？
So every day you have to face a lot of customers.
这些客人是不是每一天你都要变成一个非常生意人，或者是一个非常很开放？
Then we miss ourselves.
just 一点点空间给自己，你就会看到很多真实的东西。
You only have to give yourself a little space, then you will see the fact.
Me very happy. This time I push Taiwanese one group go to China. And beautiful Zen temple. This Zen temple called Seven Master. Number one, Bodhidharma. And this number seven. It's seven master. You know, in the Ma Tzu, many people know Ma Tzu, this master, Zen Master Ma Tzu. Yeah, Ma Tzu. Ma Tzu the master. Ma Tzu the servant.
Poetry is written.
16个字，
16 words.
他就教你如何去看到你自己的头脑， 跟进行的方法。
In 16 words, the master show very clearly how you can watch your mind, see you how you can see your mind.
一动一意，也就是说，你的头脑一个念头一来，那么这一动你没有去察觉，那么你就会掉入到欲望，掉到头脑里面。
The first sentence, 一动于意, means that once one thought move, and because you don't see it, then you fall into the trap of desire.
这个念头一来，这个念头其实你也看到，你没有去察觉它，没有去察觉它，就在那一瞬间，
Actually, you also see this desire, but just in a twinkle of eye, it's up to you whether you are aware of this desire.
就像你今天要离开你的工作，你没有去察觉，那么你就跟着你的头脑一直走。
Just like at the moment you close up your shop, you walk out of the shop, and then because you are not aware,
念头一出来，一直在出生，那每一个片刻都在发生很多念头。那么这个念头一来，其实你的觉知也在那里，所以你没有去看到，没有去看清楚之后，没有去洞察了之后，你就进入那个慢念头进去了。
so in every moment, thoughts are coming again and again. And then because you don't, if you lose awareness and then you don't see the thought.
所以他们说，不怕念头来，只怕你没有去洞察。
So there's another saying, it goes that there's no problem with the thought coming, but you give yourself big trouble if you are not aware of your thought.
所以你今天没有看到这一瞬间之后，那么你的欲望你就迷失在那个欲望里面，那你就昏了，什么事情都看不清楚。
And the second line saying, once you are possessed by this desire, and then you become totally unconscious.
你就变成在你的解释分析里，
Because you are trapped already in your own explanation and desire and the analysis.
然后你就开始寻找理由或者寻找动机，寻找很多东西，想要去追逐这个欲望，追逐这个念头。
And through this mind's explanation and analysis, you give yourself a lot of excuses and motivation to chase after this desire.
再来又是一个关键，
And then the third line is another turning point.
你就是很快的就回来，就马上呼吸，调整一下自己。
So if you are quick enough to return to this breathing,
回到你自己，
return to yourself
然后检查一下，
and check yourself.
那么你会能够看穿这个头脑
And
跟念
then
头。
you can see this mind going on.
但是呢，你没有这个动作，或者是这个察觉，或者是这个静心的方法，
But because you don't take this step of breathing or to return to yourself,
那么你的呼吸的方式，你的呼吸的那个气息就变了，
and
调
so
力音力就
the
失调。
rhythm of your breathing start to change.
什么呢 ？You now good breathing。
And in this way, you turn into an animal.
这就是一个很简单的察觉，他就是说，这个过程，他这个师傅教这么简单，16个字说，这样的检查，这样的检查，给空间，这样检查，给空间，调整一下，检查一下，调整一下，检查一下，那么你就可以平衡。
So in these 16 words, this master is teaching that you just have to give yourself some space, check yourself.
所以就像你的问题，
It says that if you take yourself as a person with very high dignity, very high morality,